ready and excited. Are we good? I could tell the food was working because your clapping was, yeah. It was, before it was like clapping light. Now it's like, pa! All right, so I hope we did the homework. And that is that, and we call that the social pitch. And the reason why I hope we did the homework, because I'm going to pick people at random and I'm going to ask you to do the name, same, fame, aim, and the game you play. So if you didn't do it, it's going to be an interesting stage with me on this chair over here, all right? So who heard an introduction where they said, this sounds interesting, I want to hear some more? No one, okay. Okay, hey, don't worry, I'm not going to, well done, Jabu, well done, at least you're honest, all right? So who introduced themselves in a way that you felt like you'd want to talk to them a bit more? I think you can get a mic, Jabu. Yeah, can you give him a mic, Jay? Thank you, yeah? Anile. All right. So, okay. What hit you about Anile?
Say AI.
AI. Oh, so he just said AI and you are an AI enthusiast, right? Exactly. Brilliant, man. So we're gonna go do a couple of rounds because when we started pitch nights, one of the things that was on our minds, and for those of you who's here for the first time, who's here for the first time, well done. All right, to the war veterans or the pitch night veterans, this clap hands for our people. Clap hands for the people. All right. So we've been going at this since, it's what, 2016, Jay? 2016, yo. A lot of years, all right? So those who know maths know what number that's going to come up to. And 2016, we started it after I had moved over from Harare to start a business in Bulawayo. And when I was in Harare, one of the things that encouraged me to start the business was I got into this room. And in this room were people who were talking about the businesses they were doing. I'd never been in a room like that before. My most of my life had been spent with guys who are rising employees, the managers, supervisors, but all of them were working in someone else's company. So when I got into a room and saw people varied ages, it was young, old, somewhere in between, and they were sharing the ideas that they had come up with, and they in a room full of people, and I was like, wow, man, this feels like home. And I started asking myself, what am I doing? What am I doing to sort of take the stuff that's special about me and get it to as many people as possible, right? What are some of the problems I'm seeing that I think I'm uniquely built to solve? And I remember in that space, I was like, man, I'm going to start something. Just by being in a room, I just felt pushed. It's time to start stuff. And a couple of years later, we started a business. And I went to the founders of Pitch Night and I was like, guys, I'm moving. My business requires me to move to a different city. And I'd like to start pitch nights in that city. And they're like, dope, let's do it. They not only encouraged us to start pitch night, they even became investors in the business, right? Just so I'd never pitched on that platform, but just being in the room allowed me to access the first round of investment for our business. And we started it in 2016. And as you can hear, I'm not from the King's tribe. I come from the Shona, so sorry about that, but it is what it is, all right? So I'm Shona, and you're coming into a different space, and you're hanging out with royalty, and you're wondering, will royalty show up in a room for someone they don't know? And Bulawayo surprised us. Like the first one we did was during ZITF period. People showed up. Like it was, yeah. And we kept going, and the community kept growing right about COVID time. And what I noticed is Bulawayo's got some of the most creative entrepreneurs you'll find in this country. Are you with me? You guys are some of the most creative people I've ever met. And what I also started noticing is we don't believe in ourselves hard enough to show the world how much we've got going in our city. Are you with me? How many of you are in business right now? How many have some form of business? Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Raise your hand, okay. And I'm gonna ask, okay, if you're in business, tell me, I just want to hear how's business going? How's business going? Raise your hand. We just want to find out how is business going. Excellent. Go ahead. Just so in this community, when you pull through, you tell us your name, all right, where you're coming from, and you go ahead and share what you have to share. All right. Go ahead.
Guys, my name is Jill. My full name is Jill. So the nickname is Jill because you always remember that it's Tanzanian Jill and not Jill. Right? So I would say business is not that great.
Yeah.
Because I'm juggling the school and my family.
Yeah.
So it's very time consuming. And a lot of people would want you to be flexible when you try and explain that no, I do my business on the weekends.
Yeah.
They're more of how we do now. So
I want that.
having to juggle school and business is very difficult.
Excellent. If you don't mind, what business are you in?
So I do hair nails.
Hair and nails. All right. Okay. And what's the name of the brand?
As you go doing the
A Zulu girl. You Zulu?
yes.
A Zulu girl doing her thing. All right. Okay. You guys got that? So how many of you feel like sometimes time is it's hard to collapse time to get everything you need to get done? Like how many other who else is a student entrepreneur? Right? Oh yeah. So it's hard on these streets, right? And I don't know, like I'm gonna put it out there. I think NAST is probably one of the hardest institutions to study at. Like you all are geniuses and they push you. And to be able to do a business in such a tough environment, kudos to you. All right. Who else wants to share their experience on business? And I want yes, go ahead. Just give her a mic. Thank you. So remember your name, where you're coming from, and just tell us a bit about how it's going.
My name is Prudence.
Yeah.
I'm local Zeka.
All right.
I'm running a business which supplies wedding and specifically a wedding.
Okay.
And it's a very new business.
All right.
We started this year. I've found the biggest challenge, especially right at the beginning, is the time factor in the sense of what needs to go into it to get it established and started.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is sort of like a side hustle. I'm fully employed also,
Yeah.
with family responsibilities.
Yes.
So definitely the time factor is
Yeah.
an issue. But if you look at the glasses being half full, for me it's more a sense of I need to manage more my focus on my time. What am I focusing on? And that's what will then help me sort out my time and how I allocate my time, so to speak. But yes, the time factor is being the biggest challenge in getting it established.
That's good. That's good. How easy is it for us to get people who are willing to mentor us? How easy is it to find mentors in the city? How would you describe that situation? Like if you had someone who's maybe in the betting industry, how easy is it to find someone who's willing to say, you know what, Prince, I'm going to help you out this year, do it this way, do it that way. Do you have that, or have you been able to find that?
Interestingly enough, I've tried. But
Yes.
I found that a lot of people view me as competition. So it's more that sense of, oh, you want to start the same business as me.
Yeah.
Competing next week, so I'm not going to give you tips. Sorry, I don't have time for you. Sorry, or set an appointment and suddenly they change the time and change the time.
Oh wow.
So it's like, okay, I'm sort of getting a picture and you're not too keen on grooming your competition, so to speak.
Okay.
So it has, for me personally, it's been difficult in that regard.
Excellent. I want if there's someone who's got a business, tell me about your experience with selling. How's the selling part of the business? Go ahead, Gift.
Hi everyone, my name is Gift. They call me Gifted. I am to some program. So what we do is basically we get your customers. We
Okay.
help your customer find through social media. So I think the selling part is being put out because it's actually a B2B model.
Yeah.
So trying to convince business owners that social media is a platform that can use to innovate in business, just to get clients and actually increasing the revenue and growing the business essentially.
Yeah.
It's hard because they really just actually something that we are close to one day or party.
Yeah. Okay.
So to curate the has been quite
Okay? No, thanks a lot. So, one of the reasons why we have pitch nights is that, do you know, there are two things every business does? Well, all of our businesses, we are in the same business. You guys know we're all in the same business. And our businesses do two things. You guys are looking at me blank faced. How are we all in the same business? Yes, we're all in the same business. We're in the business of buying and in the business of buying and selling. The only difference between our businesses is what are we buying and what exactly are we buying and what exactly are we selling? Are we together? Now, being a buyer is easy, right? You know what you want, you go and get it. All you need to do is find the person that's selling it at the right price, quality, and probably a location that's easy to access, correct? Selling, on the other hand, requires us to build a skill set within ourselves, right? And one of those skill sets is being willing to communicate in a way that people want to listen to and being able to sort of paint a word picture that allows them to tap into their emotions and then make a decision based on the emotions that they'll then justify later with logic. Are we together? How many of us here have ever bought something and you get home and you're like, how did I, like, what did I buy here? By show of hands. How many of you bought stuff and you get home, maybe even after walking out of the shop, you're like, what just happened here? What happened there? Right? What that person would have been able to do is they've tapped into your emotion. Because get this, whenever we buy, some of us think we use our logic. No, no, no. We are always using our emotions to make purchases. And what we then do is, after we've acted emotionally, we then try and find logical reasons. You know, like me justifying my 20th pair of shoes, and I'm like, these ones have a different sole. And I'm always like, yeah, okay. And like, this one's for good terrains, you know, those with big rocks. Like, what rocks do you walk on, right? So the question is, when we are selling, how do we get people to feel like buying? I get what I'm saying? We don't want to force them. We don't want to seem like we are convincing them. And we definitely don't want to come off sounding desperate. Because no one likes buying from someone who's desperate, correct? So how do we tap into people's emotions? We master the art of communication. And what is pitch night? Pitch night is the art of sharing your idea in a concise way, not telling them everything and anything about your business. One of the concerns we used to get from entrepreneurs about pitching was, man, what if I share my idea and people steal it? How many of you have that fear? Like sharing your idea and people will steal it? Okay, I see the numbers going on. If they are going to steal it, you have not pitched. You've told them everything. You know, that's like when someone asks you and then you start telling them the time you were born in the hospital, which hospital you were born in. When you give all that information, that's not a pitch. At the heart of a pitch should, when you say something, someone should say, can I meet with you again? If a person doesn't say to you, can I meet with you again, either they're not interested in what you've said, or you've told them everything that they need to know. A pitch is, can I tell you enough that you can be interested to want to go to the next stage, which is usually the contracting, where I can begin to tell you more about my business or involve a lawyer like Benedict, and they can protect me so that anything I share from that point onwards, if this person goes on and does it, they're going to have to compensate me. Are you with me? So what we always want to like doing at the beginning of a pitch season is to go through the storytelling technique of an ideal pitch. Are you with me? We want to equip you as a community so that when we get into next month and the following months, and you are pitching your ideas on this stage, you are telling us just what we need to know. And guess what? Just what we need to know gives us enough of an idea, but not enough to be able to replicate everything you are doing. Does that help? So that's how, if you pitch it right, no one can steal from you. And here's the interesting bit as well. Even if they steal from you, do you guys know that you can steal the way I say something, but you may not be able to steal the way I do something? Are you with me? And very often your customers will come back because of how you communicate with them. That is, how do you create the intention to want to engage with you? But what keeps them there is your ability to fulfill on the promise. Have you ever had brands that steal ideas from other people, but when you go and use them, you can really feel that this is not their own, it's borrowed, and they only get one sale and you never want to go back there. So that means if you're afraid that people will steal your idea, they may steal the idea, but they can't steal the implementation and they can't steal the way you go about it. So if you keep working at becoming becoming a better version of yourself, that is in how you pitch your idea and how you implement it, there is no competition for you. You with me? So before I get into that, I just want to share one more thing. Over and above the pitch nights that we do, what we've done is we've started saying, how can we create more and more opportunities for entrepreneurs? So that if you are starting something, how can we connect you with incubation programs? Where if you're in the betting industry, if you get into that incubation program, you're going to have mentors and potentially access to seed capital that's going to allow you to start your business, or at least attempt it as many times and fail, but eventually grow. Are you with me? So we've been going out, and one of our partnerships is with the 8 to 5 Innovation Hub and Old Mutual. They have what they call the Value Creation Challenge. We had some of our guys I met who applied last year, and they got into the top 25, and they went into an incubation program, right? And we've had some even from Bulawayo who've gone on to win those and get a bit of funding. But more than anything, they got the community they needed to get their business off the ground and potentially access to investors. So there's stuff like that that we do with the VCC. We also partner with guys, the community at the Oasis Business Hub. If you are keeping track of social media, if you're one of the communities, you probably have seen that we had a Creative Economy Week event on Wednesday. It was really geared for people who are in the creative spaces. And I see my sister who was in the room is actually in the room today. And the whole idea was to get people who are in the industry, who've done something in a particular area and have a bit of expertise, to come and share those expertise. Are you with me? So in this case, you had the founder, for example, of the Jacaranda Music Festival in the room. So if you were in the arts, you had unprecedented access to him, and you could actually pitch him if you knew how to pitch, and potentially even get to a point where you could find yourself on a Jacaranda stage. And these are all things where we're bringing opportunities to our doorstep. But you can only leverage those opportunities if you show up to events. Are you with me? So before we get into, the media team, if you're ready, before we get into the art of pitching, I want you guys to just pay attention to the screen for just a few highlights of what happened on Wednesday. For those of you who are in the room, well done to you. For those who weren't, look out for the next couple of events. You want to be in those rooms because the next big opportunity for you is waiting for you in that particular room. Thanks, Amanda.
What is Angel Caputin's story in the city, and how can we share that with the world?
The Creative Economy Week 2025 is a testament to the incredible talent, resilience, and innovation that define the sector.
If you're an artist, making money is not your business. Right? How we can, your core business is creating value.
And there's something to be said in terms of starting from where we are, but also understanding, as you were talking to us, about where we're going, the bigger picture, the global picture.
Alright, have your seats, that's a motion. Exposure dollars don't pay it, right? And you want to leverage platforms like Payoneer.
Starting out, you want to be quick to find a manager. Actually self-manage. So that you know how difficult it is to be a manager.
We have something unique that is Zimbabwe that they want to buy, that they want to experience, that they want to hear about, that they want to see. Hence, we have so many of our artists going out there.
Really need to embrace and leverage technology.
The thing that I'm getting that says you are carrying eternity in you. I am understanding it's now.
We will be posting on the Becoming group, on the Pitch Night community group, opportunities that are coming our way. All right. So one of the things you want to look out for, there's stuff happening at ZITF. So please, if you're in business, let us know what your business is so we can make sure that we get you to the places you need to be. All right, so I'm going to need someone who's brave to come and join me on this seat over here because we want to use your business to teach the pitching technique. Who's brave enough to want to come? I'm going to pick you if you don't come. All right, who wants to give it a go? We won't, okay, we'll swap it up. We'll just do one aspect of it. All right? Elsie, who do you think should go? No one wants to talk about their business. Come, Gift, come. All right, great. So, Gift, if you, I'm going to get you guys to come at different times. Can we give Gift a mic? All right, great again. All right. All right. So, Gift, first challenge, I'm going to ask you to do the social pitch. So, the social pitch is what we just shared just now, all right? So, actually, I'm going to pick a couple of people. Then we're going to come back and do your business. So, the social pitch is name, right? So, what's your name, Gift? Gift Jabula, okay? What's your saying? So he went, is digital marketing simple enough that anyone could understand? Let's talk to him, people. Is digital, yes. Yes. Okay, you can stand up.
My name is Nyasha.
Yeah.
I'm currently a student at I was invited here by Shema. Just ran away.
Okay.
I don't really have a business yet, but I hope by coming to more of these events, I'm inspired to end up on the board. Nice, let's get to business. So, when you introduce yourself up front today, I like how you mentioned that you make people find their business.
Yeah.
Like you said, something along those lines.
I say we help the customer find.
Okay.
I love that pitch. It's a bit more, simple for the average person.
So thanks, Anya. So Gift, you know what? So he's gone ahead because he's already, you are cheating because you are using previous knowledge, right? But I think, yeah, thanks for So I think what when we say, because like digital marketing, like it's a very term that if you're a techie, you sort of know what digital marketing is, right? But it's an insider's term, right? But what can everyone resonate with? If I said I'm a marketer, would you understand that? You would, right? Because there've been posts and like everyone, almost every company says we have a marketing department, right? So remember, its name is, yeah, I'm putting it in a box. Same is I'm a marketer, right? What is your fame? So what's your fame? Gift?
Starting a business.
All right, apart from starting a business.
Living in sin.
No, okay.
I think it would have been being able to start a business, fail, start another business, fail, and still be courageous enough to start a business. Yeah.
Okay, so you are relentless. Okay, so I'm relentless in my pursuit for success. And in my journey, I've been able to build a business that helps more and more, helps customers find the businesses or helps business be found by customers, right? So does that sort of make sense? Does that help? And then what is your aim? So what are you working on in the next 60 to 90 days? What do they look like?
It's reaching out to more people.
Okay.
Exposing the business to more startups and small businesses.
Okay.
And getting more clients. Yeah.
Okay, so currently our objective is to reach out to more and more startups. That's partly why I'm here in the room. And what's your game? What's the game? What's the end game?
The end game is growing the business.
And when it grows, then what? That's a bit tricky, right? And thank you, Gift, Gift is always a kind heart. He's gifted, right? So the reason why I'm asking what's the game? So the game is what tones down. It brings heart to when you're saying, sometimes you may feel like, hey, now I'm a multi-award winning, what, right? And I'm at the moment we're working on getting more clients. But what's at the heart of it? So when you've got the whole clients, what are you doing for those clients? What is that picture of the future that you want to see?
So I guess it will go back to why we started the business in the first place.
Exactly. So that's the vision. Yeah.
Yes, which is from me failing a few times, I noticed that one of the biggest reasons why small businesses fail is a lack of market access.
Yeah.
Right? Not understanding who your customer is and where they are.
Okay.
So I think the bigger vision would be small businesses growing as a result of them being able to find their market.
Okay. And tell me, between us, gifts, how does failing feel? I'm in the same WhatsApp group. I've been there a couple of times. How does it feel?
Yeah, oh, wow.
Huh? It's hard, ne?
Yeah, it's depressing.
Depressing, right?
Yeah.
So what if the vision could be, like you're telling me that I want to help as many businesses and people escape the pain and the depression associated with failing at things that they're passionate about, right? And help them see. So it brings back the heart that someone then realizes, oh, it's not just about making money. It's actually he's felt some pain and his desires now to move us away from that pain. He's been there. He understands the mistakes that are made by businesses in that space. And in the process of doing that, he's figured out a way to help them not get there. Are you with me? So when Gift says, hey, my name is Gift, I'm a marketer, and I'm relentless. I've built a reputation of being relentless in my pursuit for excellence in entrepreneurship. And after X number of years, I think I've figured out how to help businesses. And my aim at this event is to meet as many startups as possible and show them our secret formula on how to get clients to find them using social media. And I do this because I don't want any other business or person to go through the pain I went through, the depression I went through when I failed to help my customers access me. Does that sound like someone you'd want to talk to a bit more? A little bit, right? Yeah. Nice one. We'll come back to your Gift, all right? If you come to the stage. And what we're going to do, we're going to do this with like about 5 or 6 people. And this is where it's going to get funny. After you're done, you're going to pick who comes next. Oh, man, you can't pick your friend. You have to pick someone else. So, Connie, I got you, see? All right, so if you tell us your name, I'm like spelling out your name in here.
My name is.
Okay. What's your saying?
I think it's my love for food. I think everyone loves
Food? So if you were to put it across as a profession, what? So I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. Can you guys relate with a foodie? Okay, so you got the room. Okay, okay. I don't know if the guys are clapping. I don't know if it's the foodie or I don't know. Is foodie given? Okay, never mind. Okay, so what's your fame? Oh, I know this one very well. All right, fame.
I think my fame is my mental capacity.
Okay, tell us to break it down a bit more.
I truly believe that I'm able to hold intellectually stimulating conversations, and I'm able to have proper conversations, not just random stuff, but to actually talk about things that get your mind going.
Okay.
Thinking.
So if you were to share that as an achievement, how would that sound? Like if you can think of a moment where you did that, how would you couch that as I have a reputation or I've got a skill set, I've got a skill for doing this? How would you put that across?
I think I'd phrase it as, I'm not sure.
Think about it. Just think about it. Like I heard really good at conversations, which probably means you're also good. You have to be a good listener, right? And I've figured out how to put words together in a way that keeps conversations going. All right. So a good thing is, and is this your friends who tell you this, or the people you engage with? So I'm Ipi Tule, I'm a foodie, I love all things food. And I built a reputation for really being able to have engaging conversations with people that keep them interested in the conversation. So what is your aim? What are you doing in the next 60 to 90 days?
Okay, so I think that goes back to my business.
Yes.
So I sell clothes, mostly dresses and earrings.
Yeah.
Sorry to the guys, I'm still finding my way. So I think I started in a place where I could sell something that I really used to.
Yes.
So I could relate more to dresses and jewelry. So that's what I'm saying at the moment.
Okay. So what's your aim? So in the next 60 to 90 days, what are you hoping to do with the clothes and jewelry?
So my aim is to make women feel more comfortable in what they do. So
Okay.
I have struggled to find clothes that I actually feel comfortable in and something that could fit my body type.
Okay.
And I think a lot of women also face that pressure because people are wearing all sorts of different things, and that person may be wearing what's good for their body type, which may not be good for your body type, or make you feel uncomfortable in it. But then because it's what everyone is wearing, you then choose to wear that.
Okay.
So I've moved to a place where I'm looking for clothes that actually make you feel good in your skin.
Okay.
So
So
my aim is to make more women realize that they can look and feel good in their skin based on dressing according to their body types.
okay. So it's like you brought together the aim and the vision. You guys sort of got the vision, right? So I'd say like right now, what I heard on the aim is I'm looking at building a catalog of different types of clothes that fit, categorizing body types and the kind of clothes that would fit them, right? And the end game. So over and above, being comfortable. Why is this important? What's the vision of your business?
So the vision of my business is having women walk in different areas of their life, be it work, be it to a cocktail party, be it to an event like this, and them walking in already confident because of their outfit.
All right.
So it's a situation where I don't want women walking into spaces and you're pulling down your skirt or you're trying to cover your shoulders because you went with fashion and you didn't necessarily look
That's your body type.
yeah. So that's my aim to have people walk into different sectors of life
Yeah.
with confidence that's in how they look. I truly believe that you look how you feel.
Okay.
And when you do look good, you then
Feel good.
It's the easiest way to just brighten up your day.
All right. So you guys sort of get that? Can you guys see how the brand moves? Clothes is just an expression or a tool she's using to help people build their confidence, right? So you're not you're not particularly selling clothes, but you're helping people get in touch with the most confident part of their being, so that they don't have to go through these awkward moments or feel like they have to be someone else. All right, excellent. Pick who's going next.
Any volunteers?
Excellent. Let's go. But can you guys see, even in the social pitch, you've already pitched your business. And are these pitches more than 2 minutes? Do you feel like you've been listening to people talking for more than 3 or 2 minutes? It's short, right? But do you feel like you sort of know their businesses? That's pitching. Can you steal any of their businesses right now? Not yet, right? Let's see. All right, let's go. So tell us your name.
My name is Tabitha.
So what's your saying?
Okay, so I decided to simplify it because from the conversations that I had here, people don't know my profession.
Okay.
Yes, so I simplified it and said, I look after information. My duty is to make sure it's protected, usable, and kept for future use.
Okay.
So I also do AI notes.
Okay. So I want to know what the first bit is. So simplify the first bit into 2 or 3 words. What is it? So remember, the same is almost like saying, I would say, hey, my name is Terrence, and I'm the founder of training and education companies. Training, educate. You get what I'm saying? So it's something that someone can say, okay, I've got an idea, even though it may not be the full idea of what it is. So tell us what the first bit relates to. What kind of profession would that be?
Looking after information.
Okay. What kind of information are you looking after?
In terms of corporate organizations.
So what's the title? What's the title they give to the person? If it's a job description, what are they putting on?
It's information management.
How do we simplify that further? That's an interesting one. Hey, tech jobs can be interesting. Hey?
Because it was formerly records and archives management, but they revised it to incorporate cities.
So I like records, right? All right. So, and sometimes remember it's just so that someone catalogs, right? So I'm a record keeper, and they're like, okay, simple enough. I'm a record keeper. Plus, And then, you know, and I'm into fashion. Like, is that fashion? It's fashion or what is it? Fashion? What is it? The hair, nails, beauty, right? All right. And then what's your fame? What's something that you can bring together, or that where you've been recognized, or something that you're proud of that you think can keep the conversation going?
So I recently completed Google certification in business intelligence.
Oh, okay. So so you are Google certified business intelligence. What? Okay, analyst. All right. So so that one we can understand. Like, oh, I'm a certified Google, and all of us sort of know Google, ne? You're Google, yeah, right. So that's a fame, right? So I'm like, okay. So she must have some credibility, right? And then what's your aim? What are you working on in the next 60 to 90 days?
So currently I'm working on research
Okay.
on data security.
Okay.
And I want to figure out measures that Chronicle has, and I'd like to help them improve on the measures that they have on data security.
Brilliant. So the only way I would rephrase that is that sometimes you may not want to share your client's name in case your client hasn't given you permission. But you could say, at the moment, I'm actually working with a client to help them understand how secure their data is and how to manage it better. Right? That's what I'm working on right now. Right? And the importance of being able to articulate it the way she did it is that if I'm sitting there and I need the same kind of help, I've already found my. It's like when Taku said, all the guy said was AI, Taku felt like I've come home, right? So brilliant. So brilliant aim. So what's the game? What's your vision?
So my game ultimately
Yes.
is to build a consultancy that offers exceptional services across various fields.
Okay.
So I'm not motivated by money.
Ooh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh no, don't say that. Don't kill me. No, don't say. We must never say that. No. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm focused on becoming the best version of myself.
Yes.
To provide value to my clients. And
Okay. Okay. Oh, guys. Do you know, whenever we say I'm not motivated by money, that's terrible. Do you know why? Because when you provide exceptional value, what do people do? They pay for it. So your money is not a sign that you steal from people or that you're sleazy. The amount of money you make is actually a sign of how good you are at delivering exceptional value for your people. So when you say I'm not motivated by money, you scare everyone, because they're now saying, so this person may not be motivated to deliver value for me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I know where you're coming from, and that is from I'm not just in it for the money. I'm in it for a greater cause. But the thing is, money is so directly associated with value, because if you're the best, let me ask this. If you're the best at what you do, are you expected to be the cheapest? If you're the best at what you do, you're expected to be expensive in other people's views, right? So can you sort of see the relationship between money and performance? But if you are the worst at what you do, are you expected to be expensive? You're expected to be cheap, because you don't know what's going on. So can you see, when we say to people, I am cheap, what are you also telling them? I'm not good, right? Can you see it? All right, so what I'd say on the vision is let's draw in the hearts. I think I like the aspect of, why is it important for you to provide exceptional service? What feeling do you want to give to people, and why is that feeling important?
Okay, so I'm someone who's committed to my work.
Okay, what's made you committed to your work? Where does that come from? Because there's some of us who are not committed to anything. What's giving you that commitment?
I think maybe it's the way that I was raised. My
Okay.
grandmother played a huge role in me becoming the person that I am.
Okay.
So she was someone who was very stern.
Yes.
But she always called out bad behavior, and she always looked good.
Yes.
So for me, it really motivated me to always look my best, to always do my best.
So could that not be part of your vision, that look, at the end, I want people to give their best, be their best, and have their best. And that's what my service is going to bring. Because it has to speak to the customer, and it has to come from a place where they understand why this is so important to you. Right? So for you, it's your grandmother that's such a great influence on you, because you're looking and saying, I turned out okay, right? And I may not have been able to do that without her. So whatever you are doing now, even if it's in commerce, you are sort of wanting to replicate that for as many other people. Give them access to an opportunity or knowledge or help that will help them get to a point where they can enjoy what you've enjoyed with your grandma, right? And that's how we articulate it. Do you guys sort of see it? Right. Who do you want to go next? Who are you going to pick? Oh, I got a hand up. He's got his hand up. He wants his hand up. Let's go. Come on. Let's give him a round of applause for volunteering. Thank you, eh? And just a quick question. Can you guys sort of see how these people sound awesome, right? Or am I the only one who thinks they're awesome? Do they not sound awesome? They kind of do, right? Go ahead. So what's your name, brother?
My name is Andile Swanda.
Andile.
My name is Andile Swanda, co-founder of Relive Africa.
All right. So you are okay. So what's your same? So you've given us your name. What's your same? So are you an entrepreneur? What's the boring way of saying what you do?
I leverage AI technology.
So no. Before that, Matoinda Kure Baba. Munoite, what are you doing? What do you do?
What do I do?
So what's the title? If it's a simple title that everyone could understand.
My name is Andile Swanda. I'm a serious innovator.
Okay, so you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, so simple things, right? My name is Andile, I'm an entrepreneur. What's your fame? That's where you can start flexing. So AI it now, right? So what's your fame?
Now what's my fame?
Fame, yes.
Now you're talking about AI.
Go AI, Baba.
No, I leverage AI to solve any kind of problem that you think of. Be it nature, in our real world, in terms of data.
Okay, so just bring the mic close. All right, so I love the fact that your fame it's so simple. I leverage AI to solve all manner of problems. That for me just already tells me, okay, entrepreneur who leverages AI to solve all kinds. So what's your aim? What are you working on in the next 60 to 90 days?
So currently we are using the AI to solve human wildlife conflicts. So
okay, so what you are using AI to do it?
To solve human wildlife
Conflicts. So in English, I think I've got an idea, but bring it down just in case for my other friends who don't have dreadlocks, they may not really understand these things. So what do you guys get how they leveraging they're working on AI to manage human and what? Wildlife conflicts. What kind of conflicts are you using AI to deal with? Can you guys see he's already got me interested in finding out more, right? Yeah.
So we just want to preserve a delicate balance between human beings and wildlife.
Okay.
So what we do is that we are protecting wildlife.
Okay.
We are protecting human beings.
Okay.
Then we are also
yeah, it's going to come later. So tell me, what's the game? What's the vision behind this?
So the aim is to come up with cleaner solutions, number one. Number two, solve these conflicts without going to court. So we're trying to bridge that gap where questions are saying, I ate my elephant. So now we don't want to get to that point. We want to solve these conflicts before the bill takes over.
Okay.
So we want to know when an elephant is missing from the rest of the head. Is it okay? Where is it? Is it feeling well?
Okay. So I hear you. So I'm hearing the aim, but what's the vision? What's the end game?
So the vision is to be relating AI technologies.
No.
Okay.
But like at the heart of it, what is the picture that you want someone to? Like the vision is when you paint an emotional picture of that. As you close, someone feels like they also need to join your team. Like when you stop these things, what's gonna then what? When you deal with the human and wildlife conflicts, what's going to happen? What does the future look like when you've achieved that?
Yeah, this is informed. So I am really off guard.
But like, let's say, if you were to say we are successful, what would make you feel like you've succeeded in this? What does the world look like when you've succeeded in your work?
So eventually, we want human beings and wildlife to live in harmony.
Okay. And that's the thing. So you are on a quest for creating harmony between human beings and wildlife, where extinction is not a challenge and there's just like it was supposed to. So can you guys sort of see that sometimes the vision is great? Yeah, 100%. You want to have an objective to be the best, and that's nice. But the downside is if you're talking to someone else and you're saying you want to be the best, and this, they can't relate with that. Are you with me? But they may be able to relate with the fact that at the end of it all, we're on this quest to create harmony between humans and wildlife. And we believe that our AI integrated solutions are going to be the best way of doing that. And in the process, if we become the best, even better. But you sort of see it. So when the money flows, it's flowing because you've genuinely restored something that everyone can say, oh, this is a nice thing to have in the future. Does that help? All right, thanks a lot, my brother. Well done. Yes, you want to go? All right, so what?